sisters, thank you for that welcome. Thank you for inviting me to be with you today. It's an honor to me because you see, my brothers and sisters in Illinois are always going to have a special place in every Hoosier heart from now on. We are so thankful to you for hosting the Indiana 39, the state representatives who came to Illinois to ponder for a long time the legislation that we were getting faced with in Indiana. You welcomed them with safe harbor, with warm fellowship. You welcomed them with open arms, and I can't thank you enough. When the clouds were overhead and I saw them coming and I saw the rain start to call, I reached out to my brother, President Kerrigan, and I asked him if he would be so kind as to arrange safe harbor for us. And he responded without hesitation. And he did that not just because he's a good leader, and he did that not just because he's a good union man. He did that because he knows that the things that we're being faced with in Indiana were not isolated attacks at all, that they're part of a much bigger and more coordinated assault on America, on the America that we have always known, the place where everyone who can work can make it. The place where everyone who wants to can work. The place where we can grow middle-class families with one job that pays a decent wage, with health care, with pension for security in old age. For some people, you see, it's not enough that the gap between the top 1% of Americans and everybody else is greater than at any time since the 1920s, and it's not enough for them that we're working harder and we're working longer and we're working much more productively, but our wages aren't going anywhere but down. It's not enough for them that the last decade was a lost decade for our young workers, so lost in fact that 1/3 of them are still living at home when they turn 35, their independence denied. You see, those corporate forces whose greed is unbridled, now they're headed straight for the jugular. They're going after our throats and they want to take our voice. They're trying to imperil our very democracy. In Indiana, they moved bills that would prohibit collective bargaining for public employees. They moved bills that would gut prevailing wage, that would ban project labor agreements. They moved bills that cut the unemployment benefit 25% on average and much, much more for some people who work. They did worse than that, brothers and sisters. They moved the falsely labeled, as Dr. King would call it, the falsely labeled right to work, something that brings no rights and no works and was intended simply to make Indiana a non-union state. Well, in Indiana, we stood up. We said, hell no. We told those forces agreed that they couldn't have our state, that we were there to fight for it, that this is our land and we'll protect it. But it's not enough, brothers and sisters, for Indiana to stand up. It's not enough for Wisconsin and Ohio to stand up, because, brother and sisters, Dr. King told us that either we'll all go up together or we'll all go down together. We are one. For 36 straight days, we protested at the Indiana State House. More than 75,000 Hoosiers walked through its doors. And I'm here to say today that if we can do that in the ruby red state of Indiana, I know my brothers and sisters here can do that. You see, one of the most popular chants while we were there at the State House was "We Are Indiana," and that was popular because we are. We're teachers and we're janitors, we're factory workers and waiters, we're lawyers and librarians and builders and bread makers. We pick up your trash, we protect your homes, we put out your fires. We are Indiana, we are Illinois, and we are America. It's time to stand shoulder to shoulder with everyone who works, with all of our brothers and sisters, to stand up for the middle class, to defend our dream, to defend America for our children and our grandchildren, from New Hampshire to Wisconsin, Indiana to Illinois. We stand shoulder to shoulder because we are one. And it's a new day. It's a new day in Indiana. It's a new day in America because the labor movement is on the move. Now, it's not over in Indiana, brothers and sisters, and I know it's not over here in Illinois, Wisconsin, Ohio. It's not over. The battles we are fighting go back to the time of the pharaohs, and they'll go forward as far as you can see. But that's okay with us because we're a movement. That's right. And there isn't any resting when you're in a movement. Movements move. That's what we do. And one word I would say for our elected leaders: you have two choices. You can stand up for us like the Indiana 39, and you can be our heroes. And when we're moving, we'll foist you on our shoulders, and we'll carry you like heroes get carried. Or you can stand in the way. And in that case, brothers and sisters, we're moving right over you. Make no mistake about it. Movements move. This one's on the move. This one can't be stopped. We will win these battles. We will prevail. And America will remain the America we believe in. Thank you, brothers and sisters.